So again, control the movement, feel the stretch only in the chest, and then contract by squeezing the chest. Hey man, Gary Walker here, and welcome back for another video. Today I'm gonna take you through the 5 best chest exercises for men. I'm also gonna give you 2 that you can pretty much do whether you're a beginner or an advanced lifter. 3 of these you probably need to be at a gym to make sure you can do them efficiently, or have a small home gym. So the first one we're gonna do is we're gonna work the most neglected part of the chest, which is the upper chest. The exercise I'm choosing for that one is gonna be the dumbbell incline press. So let me show you what this looks like quickly, and then I will take you through a few repetitions here. The reason we're starting with the incline version, once again, and not doing a standard bench press or flat bench press, most exercises you do when you're working your chest are naturally gonna work your overall chest, but there's gonna be a more emphasis on the mid chest and less emphasis on the upper chest. So a couple of the exercises I chose for this video are going to be exercises that will balance out your chest completely. So we're gonna do some that are gonna focus on the upper pecs more, the upper chest more, some on the full range of your chest. You wanna get full extension, full contractions, full stretching when you're working your chest. And then some of these we're going to target the lower chest. So with that said, let me show you a few reps here with the incline. The main reason I wanna show you what to do here with your elbows. You don't wanna flare your elbows out completely to your sides. You wanna actually bring them in, tuck them shallow, not too much tucked. If they're all the way into your sides like this, you're gonna turn this exercise into a tricep exercise. We still wanna focus on your chest. So we're gonna bring them out here. Hopefully you can see that. Nice full range of motion. You'll see that I have the dumbbells all the way down near my shoulders, pressing straight up. Control the eccentric phase or the lowering phase, about 3 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003. When you get to the bottom, pause for about a second, and then you can explosively push the weight back up. Just like that. 1001, 1002, 1003, slight pause, push. 1, 2. That's what that cadence should look like. With this exercise, I want you to find a weight that you can do about 8 to 12 repetitions with. Typically, if you choose a weight and you can't get 8 repetitions, that's way too heavy, especially for older men. That's gonna put a lot more strain on your joints, your shoulder joints, and even your elbows. 8 to 12 repetitions. Now, when you're working in that rep range, you wanna make sure that you're still challenging yourself within that rep range, meaning find a weight that you can possibly do 12, maybe up to 14 or 15 repetitions with. Now, if you can do 16, 17, or 18 reps, the weight is too light. Add a little bit more weight. You wanna get to where you can do 3 working sets within the 8 to 12 rep range. So that first working set, even if you can do 14, I want you to stop at 12. Rest 60 to 90 seconds to do your second working set. That's primarily gonna get you a little bit more fatigue, so that one will probably get you towards that 12 rep range. You probably can't do much more than 12, maybe 13. That third working set, you should fail within the 8 to 12 rep range. Now, that's how you're going to gauge when to add more weight. Whenever you can do 3 sets of 12 with that weight, it's too light. Add at least 5 more pounds and then do it all over again. All right, but that's the first exercise, again, targeting the upper pecs. Second one we're gonna do is actually one of my favorites. We're gonna come over here to the cable machine, and then we're gonna do a cable fly. So you'll notice I have these pretty much right outside. You'll see the handles, they line up with me sticking my arms right out to the side of my body. That's gonna allow for a full stretch of your pecs. One thing I want you to do, initiate the stretch. So there's nothing going on here. As I step away, now there's a stretch in my chest. So from here, I want you to stick your chest up bring the weights right in front of your body, just like that, or the handles right in front of your body. Same thing, every time you're going back, that eccentric, 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003, slight pause, and lift explosively. 1001, 1002, 1003, pause, lift. That's the cadence I want you to use when you're doing this exercise. So the key to doing it with this cadence is you're gonna keep more tension on the chest. It's gonna help you get full contractions up here, get a lot of blood flowing into that chest, and stimulate your chest a lot more without using any momentum. Whereas if you're just dropping the weights back, you're removing a lot of that tension. And if you're forcefully going forward without that pause, then you're also swinging momentum into it as well. So control the exercises. All right, now at the beginning of the video, I told you there's gonna be some beginner ones that I'm gonna show you. Well, this is the standard push-up, man. So it's really hard to go wrong with a push-up. The biggest issue I see in my one-on-one coaching program, I used to start everyone out doing push-ups. Even if they couldn't do a standard push-up, I would put them on their knees, do a knee push-up. The problem I saw is the forms were all over the place. Now, if you're doing a push-up and you do lots of push-ups and you're not using correct form, it can be really detrimental to your shoulder joints and elbow joints. So I want you to get to where you can do push-ups. All men should be able to do a lot of push-ups. So the key to doing the push-up though is to do them correctly. So one of the things, I'm gonna get on the ground here, but one thing I notice a lot of people do, just imagine me putting my hands on the ground. One thing they do is go way out to the side and elbows are flared like this. You see the elbows up? You do a push-up in this motion. That will destroy your shoulders. What I like to do is slightly wider than shoulder width. So hands relax to the side, straight up, hands out, and then slightly wider. From here, I actually want you to rotate your hands in this position. By doing that, you'll notice my elbow also comes in. So I want your elbows to be here and keep them close to your body. Instead of flared up here away, I don't want them completely tucked either because again, triceps are gonna be emphasized more here as opposed to bring them out slightly. So this is a hand position I want you to have all the way down, all the way up. So now I'm gonna come down to the ground and show you what this looks like. Again, my hands are slightly wider than shoulder width. Hands are being rotated out. Keep your glutes tight, your core tight. Straight down, straight up. You'll notice a cadence as well. 1001, 2, 3, up. Even that slight pause at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, pause. This is gonna be a lot safer. Again, elbows are not out here and the hands are not facing forward. That's the biggest issue. I'll see people doing hands facing forward, elbows are flaring out. And again, you're putting a lot more strain on your shoulders when you do that. So definitely avoid that at all costs. All right, the next exercise, once again, I'm gonna take you back here to the cable. Now, here's the difference. You heard me explain early on, we wanted to target the upper chest. The mid chest gets worked with that fly that I showed you next. The standard push-up is gonna work that mid chest as well. Standard flat dumbbell bench press or barbell bench press is gonna work that mid chest as well. So if you notice the one part I didn't point out yet, that's the lower chest. So the lower chest is gonna be key for a lot of you guys. Now, a lot of you guys are probably struggling with man boobs. Now, if you're struggling with man boobs, two things you need to focus on. One, you gotta get some of the body fat off. Eat right, do a little cardio, burn that body fat, and those are going to go away. But you're still gonna have some saggy skin if you've had man boobs for a while, because that skin down there is gonna be stretched out from all that adipose tissue or the fat tissue that you had. So what I want you to do is this exercise I'm about to show you and then the one I'm gonna show you next. That's gonna help target the lower muscle down at the lower pecs. Again, very neglected. Most people don't do some of these exercises that really focus on shaping this lower portion of your chest. But if you build muscle down low, it's gonna help stretch across that skin, so it's gonna be tighter, so you're gonna be shaped more like a man's chest as opposed to a woman's chest with the man's boobs. For this exercise though, you'll notice where the cables were, we actually wanna come all the way as high as we can. Reason being, the way to target your lower chest is you're stretching this chest by bringing your hands up. That's a fully stretched chest. Then we're gonna come down in front of the body. That's gonna help contract the lower portion of the chest. One thing you'll notice, this is a fly motion here. For you to really get some good muscle growth in that bottom area, I want you to lift a little bit heavier. So if you're lifting really light, you wanna do flies. If you want to lift a little bit heavier, then I want you to turn this into a pressing movement. So what I mean by this, let me show you. We're gonna get this started. Again, arms are high, which means my chest is fully stretched. Now, if this were a fly, I would extend my arms out like this and then lock my elbows in and come down in front of my body just like this. So again, it's a good exercise, but it's not gonna optimize the muscle growth. The key to changing this and turning it into a press is bending your elbows on the way up. So we're bending the elbows, you're stretching the chest, and you're pressing down in front of your body. Like elbows bent, pressing down in front. Just like that. This is gonna help develop that lower chest. Again, you'll notice all under control. The last thing you wanna do is flail your arms like this. You'll see a lot of people doing this. That will destroy your shoulders and even hurt your elbows. So again, control the movement, feel the stretch only in the chest, and then contract by squeezing the chest. Just get that visual of your chest stretching and then shortening when you squeeze it down low. That is a high to low chest press. Probably my all-time favorite exercise for developing the lower pecs. Similar to a dip. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know I like to incorporate a lot of dips. It's the same movement. You're coming up and you're lifting your body. Coming up, lifting your body. But this allows you to do it with a cable system and it's a little bit safer. Plus you can actually use weight that you're comfortable with as opposed to doing a regular dip where you gotta use your overall body weight. All right, now the last exercise I'm gonna show you, again, more beginner exercise. It's gonna work similar to what I just showed you. It's gonna work your lower pecs. Here's the difference. You wanna get a bench or a stool, anything you have at home, but you basically wanna do a head elevated push-up. Now, a standard push-up where your arms are here and down is gonna stretch across that mid-chest. You're working your mid-chest when you're doing those standard push-ups. Now, for you to work the lower chest, it's gonna be similar to this. Hands are gonna be down, you're stretching by your elbows going above your chest and then back down. So let me show you what this looks like. So hands together, coming all the way down, touch that lower chest, and then squeeze it on the way up. Nice, slow, under control, just like that. And the key to doing all these exercises that I've just shown you is controlling the movement. Not using momentum, nice and slow eccentrics, explode that contraction towards the top, which is a concentric contraction. All right, so those are the 5 best exercises you can do. Very well-rounded group of exercises. Again, started with that upper chest, did a couple for the mid chest, and a couple for the lower chest. So if you're doing 3 of these exercises or all 5 of these exercises, you can alternate between them over the course of every other workout as well. So again, if you did the high to low press, you don't have to do the same head elevated push-up. Do one or the other. Do that, and it's gonna make a massive difference in your overall chest. So again, there are a ton of exercises you can choose from. These just happen to be overall well-rounded exercises that anybody can do. Now, if you don't have access to a cable system, one thing I will say is you can replicate or mimic this movement with bands. If you have bands at home, bands are very inexpensive. Hang them onto your door and you can mimic the same movements. You can lock them in at the center point of the door and go straight across for the flies, put it at the top of the door, and you can do the high to low presses. So great equipment if you don't have access to a cable system. With that said, thanks so much for watching this video. And as always, man, get busy, get after it, and God bless.